Hold on, give me 1 second. Hey, what's up, family? I hope all is well. I have something like about 30 minutes to talk with you guys about what am I doing? Taking that off and taking that off. Okay, I have about 30 minutes to have a sit down with you all. About today, well, right now is how to plan, right? It's basically how to plan because a lot of individuals, when you speak to them about their future, they will tell you they don't necessarily know how to plan their future. And I don't necessarily agree with that. And when I get done with this, making this little dude his food, then I'll explain why I don't agree with that. And if it is a struggle with planning your future, I'm going to bring forth to you something extremely simple as to how to plan your future, because I'm sure. Share this out. Hold on, real quick. Okay. Share this out to 7 individuals while I prepare my man meal real quick, and then we're going to get started. Again, I only have maybe like 30 minutes to actually sit down and have a conversation with you about this. It's not gonna be like one of them long ones. But if you do struggle with planning for your future or planning in general, obviously we're talking about your future, then the practical examples that I'm going to give you is going to make a lot of sense. Because again, a lot of people say they don't know how to, plan their future and all that. But like I say, I beg to differ. And to give you a heads up on why I say that, because you've been invited somewhere before. Whether it's this weekend, next weekend, was you ready for it? Was you ready for that event? Sure you was. You know how to plan, right? But I'm gonna break it down a little bit further. Ricardo, how you doing, my brother? So, wash my hands real quick. All right. Share this out to 7 people while I get to my seat, and I'll wait for you guys before I get started, so you can be dialed in. And also, I'm doing a live Zoom meeting tomorrow of teaching on phase 2 of the Conquer Success routine. But I'll get into that after we talk about this. But the Zoom information is in the description of this live already. I was going to go ahead and upload the phase 2 process of how to phase 2 the phase 2 process, which is foundational health goals, and how to like include that in your daily routine. But I have the strongest feeling you guys have not even completed phase 1 of the your Conquer Success routine, which It's very. I've been speaking about this all week long because before you begin to add on to your routine with phase two, which is the foundational health goals, spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical, and then phase three, your personal life goals. Before you add on all that stuff, like which is going, it's going to be like a extremely simple routine. It's your routine. We're just modifying your routine, if you will, with organization, structure, with balance. You feel me? And I've been talking about phase one for the longest, and it's just one of them type of deals. The only thing I can do is be obedient to what God instruct me to bring forth and teach you guys. If you guys choose to take advantage, if not, that's cool too. Um, it's just one of them type of deals where what God brought to me was a lot of His people aren't doing anything for the kingdom, aren't doing anything in the kingdom. And he needs his people to start being productive, right? And that's the reason for bringing forth this routine. He gave me this routine back in 2018 when I was at my darkest. I was struggling in every area of my life. And I just wanted to, begin to grow in an intimate relationship with him, and I understood he had to be first, and I asked him, how do I start doing that every single day? And he gave me this routine. Well, I mean, it's 6 years later, and this routine has truly developed much more than what he gave me. So over the years, he has just been giving me more, adding to this routine to be what it is now. So, and he's instructed me to give it out. So, if you guys don't take full advantage of it, then I guess you're good on that. So, appreciate that, Ricardo. Appreciate that. I'm glad you are in a stationary location. If you have a couple minutes while I dive in on this question, Ricardo, have you I want to say you was. I could be wrong though. Were you in attendance of any of the lives that I did speaking about the Conquer Success routine in phase one? And matter of fact, the Zoom link for tomorrow's teaching on phase two of the Conquer Success routine is in the description below. Is going to be. I'm here in Texas, so um, I think I'm gonna do it at 3 o'clock. So if you guys want to go ahead and copy that as well as the passcode and whatever else you need to access to the Zoom link. The travel shop, how you doing? Hello, hello. You all who's coming in, how y'all doing? I hope all is well. Share it with 7 people. I'm actually about to get ready to get started, but so what I'll do, I didn't think about it. What I'm gonna do is for you all who are interested in modifying your routine to where like it's you become more organized, structured, and have balance in your everyday life. Then as soon as I get done with this live, which I'll give a reminder when I'm done. My guy, Mr. Fisherman, how you doing, my young brother? I haven't seen you in a while. I hope all is well. How's you and the pops? How's you and the pops? Um, so so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to give a reminder later before well, not later, probably in about 20, 25 minutes when I get done with this live. I'm going to let you guys know that to remind you guys that I'm going to put the the link in the description of this live so you can gain access to phase one of how to create your success routine. It's very important because tomorrow I'm teaching phase two of the Conquer Success routine, which is basically your foundational health goals, including that in your everyday schedule, your everyday morning routine. And then next week, phase three is going to be um, phase three is, oh, we're going to include your personal life goals into your routine. And again, God, like so many of his people are so unproductive. And so with this routine that he gave me years ago, he has instructed me to confine it, like breaking down to in simplest form in sections the way it is now, and then present it, opposed to like, okay, let's have this sit down and have this whole 2 or 3 hour sit down and discussion over, how to create your conquer success routine. It's too much information. You know what I mean? Like, but like how it's broken down in sections is super simple, extremely simple. So yeah, that's what that is. But let me go ahead and invite the man in real quick, and we're gonna go. All right, Heavenly Father, thank you for yet another opportunity for us, your children, to come together, Jesus, in your name. I pray that you are in the midst. We invite you in. Lead this message in the direction you need it to go, and may those who need to hear, may they hear. Speak through me in such a way to where whatever words is coming out of my mouth is truly understood and is ready to be acted upon, because it is me sitting right here, yes, but it is us who's before you. So lead us in the way that you want us to go. Speak to me, I decrease so you will increase, in Jesus name, amen. So all right, um hold on. Share with 7 people. I gotta watch this. See what I'm saying? No, no. Gotta watch. Gotta watch this little puppy. You can feed him until he's about to explode. He'll still find some shoes or socks or something to chew on. Come here. How are my socks way over there, man? Get over here. Here, get your toy. I'm about to get started. I'm sorry. Here. Here, come on. Come up here. Here, get your toy. Take this and do that. Bear, come on. Here, come here. Come here. Here. This little dude here. Always into some stuff. You stay over here. Here, get your toy. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay. So the name of this live is subscribe if you are not, share if you have not. And so the name of this live is how to plan. A lot of individuals are up and down, they don't know how to plan for their future, right? But God gave me, he gave me 3 examples to give to really bring it home as it relates to like simplifying it and giving it a new perspective of like, you know what, it's probably not as hard as I think it is, right? So you guys have anyone ever invited you to an event? Whether it was, I don't know, to a club, get together, barbecue, fish fry. I'm not saying that because I'm black, okay? Because people be on some old stuff. Um, um, Birthday party, wedding, whatever, right? Normally, whenever an invite have been extended out, there are specific questions that that I can't tell you last time fish fry. I don't even think I've ever been invited to a fish fry, to be honest. But normally, like your normal questions you ask or we ask, when is it? Am I right? Hold on. Here, come here. Sorry about that. I apologize. So, normally the standard questions to ask: when is it? Where is it? Then we might ask who's going to be there. No, I'm sorry. We're going to ask when is it, where is it, what time. Those three for sure. Then we might ask. Then we might ask who's going to be there. We might ask what is the dress code. Like we're going to ask all these specific questions to make sure that we can make it, that we will make it, and that we are ready, dressed to impress. I'm just saying. I mean, is it me? You know what I mean? So, with that being said, so we ask specific questions pertaining to an event that's going to happen in the future. Well, guess what? We have a future event. It's called life that's waiting for us. We need to ask ourselves specific questions, right? So as I go on, so based on the questions that we ask, there are some. It's the reason why we ask those questions, right? So I've just broke down a couple of them. Now the dress code. So we'll know what we're going to wear. So when that day come, like we already probably have that day, if not that entire weekend planned out. Am I right or wrong? If you've been invited anywhere in the future, like I said, a party, get together, just hanging out, kicking it, whatever it is. Like obviously it's some type of event, not something that you just show up looking in any kind of way. Like a wedding, I don't know. So chances are, chances are we have that weekend planned out, at least Friday and Saturday. If it's on a Saturday, Friday and Saturday, we ready. For my fellas, we're gonna make sure our haircuts or whatever hairstyle you wear, we're gonna make sure that we are matching from head to toe. Whatever that match may look like for you. We already know. We already know if we're gonna wear shorts or pants, shirt, what type of shirt, what color. We already know what the what our foot game gonna look like. We already know what shoes we're gonna wear. We are going to make sure that we are ready. Like we're gonna make sure that we are ready, like ready. So when it comes down to individuals who say, I don't know how to plan for my future, guess what? Like you just plan for your future. Granted, it's on just hanging out, recreational entertainment type of deal, but like you literally just planned out. If you can look into the future, if you get a call now and be like, in 3 months we have an event. 3 months, when is it? August. Okay, it's probably gonna be cold. you feel me? You know what I mean? So we already know we're gonna wear pants. Based on the season, we already know we're probably gonna wear pants. I guess it depends on where you are in this world, but so we're gonna make sure that we are on point, right? So it's the same thing for our future. Like just say if it rained on that day, like, and it's not that bad where we still can make it, we're gonna adjust. So when it comes down to our future planning and our future, what does your future look like? A lot of us don't know what our future looks like. Why? Because we don't spend time in the future. Like we don't ask specific questions like who's going to be there, like what's the dress code, what day it is. We don't ask questions like that. Raven, I'm good. Thank you. How are you? We don't ask specific questions like what do I want my life to look like in 2 years? Like, what is that ideal life for me? Like, as it relates to profession wise, like, who do I want to become? Who's authentic to me and based on my passions and my gifts you get what I'm saying? Like what career can I see myself in to where I can I can see myself doing this long term without burning out, right? Obviously, that's along with the personal life goals. So I don't want to go too far into personal life goals because that's with the teaching for next week. But the point is looking into the future and asking yourself, like, what do I want my life to look like? What is that life that I know I deserve? So when we ask, so just like when we asked about an event that's coming up, so when we get there, we're gonna make sure that we are ready live. We need to start asking ourselves specific questions about our future. And if we are doing this with God, if we have a relationship with Christ, what He revealed to us, what come to us, odds are is probably going to come from Him. Because see, the thing is, He put the desires in our hearts, but when we go about doing things illegitimately, out of order, doing things that we know we shouldn't do to get it, that's when it's a problem. When we put those things, that grind before our relationship with Christ, when we put our ambitions, the motivations, and I got to get this, I got to make this happen. We do all that. Like, yeah, we do have to do all those things. We do have to make it happen. But when we put those things, that grind or whatever it is before Christ, that's when it's a problem. That's when we are walking in the muddy waters of idolatry. So, and we're going to talk more about this next week on the teaching of personal life goals, because we're like this, the routine that we're talking about now, it's a routine He gave me years ago. Well, it's not the routine He gave me years ago, the whole concept of it. He gave me a routine. He showed me how to organize, structure, and schedule my routine, which that's what I'm teaching you guys, to where your life, your day-to-day becomes in order. You're not all over the place trying to remember what I got to do and all that. Like, you don't have to do all that because you have everything in order, right? And that's phase one. So phase three, we're gonna talk about. It's a course that he had me put together, I think maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, and it's basically how to build. It's how to be the architect of your future, like how to build the future life that God created you to have. So it has everything to do with relationship and doing it with Him, not apart from Him. But back to planning is just take this time moving forward, next couple of days, really like every day, to spend time in your future. Like, ask yourself, like this life, right? Like, what this is right now, it's not what's up. Okay, if it's not what's up, what is what's up then? What does that better look like that you are comparing to right now look like? Because if we don't know what it looks like, what are we going after? If we don't see, have an idea, if we can't like visualize it, tap into it, we're living aimlessly like a lot of us are doing, because we don't know what that future life look like. Some of us are just settling for right here and right now. And that's it. You deserve much more. I deserve much more. But if we don't know what that much more looks like, if we don't know what that is, then we just some deserving people. And it's going to stop there. We deserve it. And we're going to be walking around all type of feeling like we entitled. To what? What are we entitled to? I don't know. Spend time in your future. Dude, don't tell me I have to use the restroom again. I just took you out like 30 minutes ago. Bear, what are you doing? So that's the first example. The first example is you looking for mama? The second example is vacations. You guys ever been on vacation? Some people go on vacation like, you know what, like I'm just gonna like just kick it. I'm not on a schedule. I'm not any of these things, right? But some people they come up with a whole itinerary for their vacation. They come up with a full itinerary for their vacation. And some of those individuals may be those who be like, I don't necessarily know how to, plan for my future. Now, they are extremely excellent in planning and like preparing for the vacation, like that thing that's going to give them pleasure or desire. But as it relates to their future and building out their future, preparing their future. So what they're doing every single day is moving them in the direction of that future, achieving and accomplishing goals on the way to their future. They don't really know how to do that. But when it comes down to, again, like somebody invite us to an event, like we're gonna make sure we're ready. But when it comes down to our future, like there's a major gap. There's a disconnect there. And God need us to, I did a live that he instructed me to do maybe like a couple weeks ago. He need us to start forward thinking and seeing into the future. Because that's how he revealed the dreams. That's how he revealed the future to us via dreams, visions, and with the ideas. When we forward think, he give us the ideas, the plans, and the things that we have to do that's going to help us get there. But if we stuck in here right now and today, and the only time we look forward to the future or plan for the future is on a vacation or somebody invite us somewhere, like we missing the mark. We not here for that. That's not our objective. That's not the objective for why God created us, to go hang out and kick it all the time and not do his will, not do what he has created us for. And I can speak to that because I live for the weekend 15, 20 years of my life. It wasn't until I got a family I was exposed for the many years of not doing nothing. And because now I have a family, they've impacted by the many years of me not doing anything. It's unfair to them. Perhaps you have an opportunity. Maybe you don't have kids yet. Maybe you're still in school. Right now is an opportunity to really get serious about your walk with Jesus Christ and living out the life that God created you to live out in his son, Jesus Christ. And everything else, he says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto us, but we want the things and we brush the kingdom of God. But we think he's going to bless and give us these things. Like, no, you knowingly choosing to go after the things, the success, the life, the people, the community, the organizations, all these different things, and you knowingly doing this because you know about me. You've heard of me. But there are some of you who try to keep him at this vague distance to where it's an excuse as to why we're not living for him. That's not going to hold up when we go before the judgment seat of Christ. It's not, especially now that we having this conversation, because you know now. But so that's the second example for, like, building out an itinerary for vacations. These are all the things that we invest our time, energy, and our focus in preparing for, but not for what truly matters. And that's building out the future life that God created us to have. Jesus said the devil come to steal, kill, and destroy. I have come to life and give it more abundantly. Like, I would like to assume that abundant life has everything to do with access. First of all, to him. And not just when we get to heaven, but here on earth. On earth as it is in heaven. And when we go to heaven, because what we're doing here, we're supposed to be storing up heavenly rewards. Because we have a work here, which is why he created us. So, yes, heavenly rewards and but we don't have to wait until we get there, because Jesus said, I have come to give life and give it more abundantly. Not just like, because he's very specific. He told his disciples that I am going away to prepare a place for you. Then he started talking about his father's mansion and how it has many rooms, right? I am going away to prepare a place for you. I am going away, but he said, I have come to give life and give it more abundantly. So whatever that meant, whatever Christ was telling them, that his word is telling us, we have access to that here right now on earth. But if we're limiting our life to just vacations and going to kick it when there are invites, we're missing the mark. We're missing the mark. He created us for so much more, to do much more greater things than to settle for kicking it on the weekends. And I must say, kicking it on the weekends gets us nowhere. We just create memories. That's it. Create memories. At what point we're going to say, Father, I submit to your will for my life as Jesus did. I am going to walk with you. It may not be perfect, but I am leaning on you to show me how to do it where it's pleasing to you, so I can begin making history. We on that creating memories. That's cool, nothing wrong with it. Like, as you have a family, you're supposed to create memories for sure. But we're here to make history. What God created us for is supposed to outlive us. It's supposed to outlive us. We're here to make history, not settle for just making memories. So the third example, as I begin to wrap it up, the third example is like growing up, I grew up in a bus system. right? Where when you're going across town, then you have connecting buses. That was before the train. They opened up the train line here, the rail line here um, in Dallas back in, I don't know, early 2000s, I don't feel like thinking, but it was back then. Um, so whenever you're going across town, you probably have to take 2 to 3 buses, depending on where you're going, how far, whatever, the times and everything. So with that, back then we had the bus schedules. Now I don't even think they have I don't know if they have them anymore. But they had bus schedules. So based on what time you had to be to your morning destination, it's crazy that, no pun intended, I'm talking about this part of it. He orchestrated it well. He told me what yesterday, day before yesterday, about giving this today, and the fact that I've been drilling in you guys' head about phase one of the Conquer Success routine. It's like this is phase one. Like, and by the way, I'll put that link in the description below. When I get done with this live, please go click that, go and access that. Um, because tomorrow is phase two, the teaching on phase two of the Conquer Success routine. All right, so based on where you needed to go in the morning, just say you had to be somewhere at 9 o'clock, right? Well, you probably have to be on a bus line about 5:30 or 6, depending on, again, the distance, the connecting bus, everything. Everything's like it's organizing, knowing all that you have to do, like the structure of it and the scheduling of it, right? So what we would do, okay, I got to be here at 9 o'clock, so I have to reverse engineer it. If I had to take 2 buses, then my bus that's going to get me to my destination, I would have to look at that and see what is the closest time of arrival on that bus. So if I had to be there at 9 o'clock, and they say the earliest is to be there at 8:15, I'm like, man, that's 45 minutes. But it is what it is, because sometimes like they run every 30 minutes, they run every hour. Like it just really depends on, you feel me? So where 8:15 I will make it there, or I can make it at 9:15. Obviously 9:15 I'm going to be late. No, Bear, no. So so obviously 9:15, I'm going to be late, so I have to go with the 8:15. Okay, cool. So 8:15, I would arrive. So okay, so where am I going to connect with that bus at? All right. So I'm gonna just say I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna connect with that bus downtown, right? So it leave from downtown. Just say if it's 30 minutes away, so it leaves about 7:45 to be there at 8:15. So at 7:45, um, that's what time it leaves. I need to look at my connecting bus, the bus that I'm going to take from my morning, my where I'm starting out my commute at, and what time that bus is going to get me to downtown to connect to my 7:45 connecting bus. All right. Just say there is one that make it at 7:30. I'm like, bet, cool. You know what I mean? Because I only have to wait like 15 minutes, and they give like that 15-minute grace period for me to hop off this bus. If I encounter some type of traffic or whatever, I can still make my connecting bus. So if the bus make it at 7:15, if my bus make it at 7:30, all right. So what is that sound? So if my bus make it at downtown at 7:30, what time do it leave from my side of town, right? So just say if it's a 30-minute commute and leave at 7 o'clock, I need to make sure I'm at the bus stop at 6:40, right? You see the organization, the structure, and the scheduling. You see how it is when it comes down to preparation, how it comes down to planning, reverse engineering to make sure whatever you're trying to connect with, whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to build, it's practical things that we have to implement. It's practical things we have to apply to make sure that we are where we need to be when we need to be to get to where we're trying to go and on time, right? So that's where phase one of the Conquer Success routine looks like. It's because we all have a routine. I'm gonna close in about 5 more minutes. God is working on my discipline. When he like, how are you gonna get booked to speak somewhere if you're given a time limit and you go over it? So we need to get you disciplined on your time management with your speaking. You know what I mean? So um, so I'm not giving you a routine. You already have a routine. Some of our routine sucks. It's not serving us at all. How do we know? Are are we always playing catch up? First of all, are we where we want to be in life? Because it's the routine that gets us there. Because the proper routine, if we comply with the routine, then we'll become consistent and we'll develop discipline. And not just with that, we'll begin to develop discipline in other areas of our lives. We'll make better decisions based on what we need to do, what we're trying to do. Like them no's have become more frequent. That don't align with what I'm doing or where I'm trying to go. I can't do it. Now I can't be up late at night because I got to get up in the morning to get on my morning routine to make sure that I'm achieving goals at the first start of my day. So that way when I leave my house to get started on my day, I'm motivated because I have a sense of accomplishment because I'm achieving my goals at the very start of my day. I'm motivated because I feel good about myself. I was actually able to do it. So we're upgrading your routine, if you will. We're upgrading your routine where you probably wake up, go to the restroom, lay back down for a little bit, social media, then probably go and make you some breakfast and then get your clothes ready, maybe take a shower, and then I guess I'd go ahead and leave for work because you've been dragging all day. Now you're running late. You running people over on the freeway, cussing people out, blowing a horn at them. You know what I mean? Shooting them the bird. You know what I'm saying? It's lack of discipline, but you don't have anything to build from. And that's what the routine is about. The routine is your foundation and you build on that. But this particular routine, like you with like the goals that you have in life, where you're trying to get to, it's practical steps that you include in your routine where if you do it every single day, you have no choice but to achieve your goals. You have no choice but to begin to make progress in life because you structured your routine in that way. So just say like if I want to build a stronger intimate relationship with Christ. Okay, so what do I need to do to make sure that over time I've built that intimate relationship with Him? Practic practices and habits, healthy practices, healthy habits, and that's what I'm gonna teach about tomorrow. but today it was just all about planning, and the reason why I'm giving a little bit more into what that the phase one and phase two of the Conquer Success routine. Excuse me. So you can have an idea how beneficial this will be for you, not just right here, but it's going to help you get into the future life that God is trying to walk you into, because you have to become more organized, structured, and disciplined. And that will create you balance. So where you're stressing out every single day based on just on simple daily responsibilities, by you constructing your routine in the way that is taught in the phases, you'll minimize the stress and you'll become more proactive opposed to reactive. And also in the link that I'm going to put in here below, it's also success tips and success keys that you can apply every single day that'll truly help you really start to conquer your everyday. Like your responsibilities, like you'll conquer it, like for real. And then as we build phase two and phase three, we're going to develop your routine to where you're not only conquering your day, because we can't, how are we going to become successful in everyday life? How are we going to become successful on a greater scheme of things, and we're failing in our everyday life? That's another reason why it's structured the way it is. Phase one, phase two, phase three, because phase one, it gets your everyday life in order. Phase two, it gets your foundational self, your health in order. Spiritual health, mental health, emotional health, physical health. Because how are we going to be super successful in life, but our health is failing us? We can't enjoy it. And there's little, like, God can't really use us in the way that he created us to be used by him if if our health is failing us based on what we're doing or what we're not doing. So again, that's why it's structured like that. Phase one, your everyday life. Phase two, your health, your who you are at the core of you. We building that up. And then we add another layer. Now let's talk about your future life goals. Let's talk about what we can start doing, what we can start implementing every single day, to where every single day you're working at it, every single day you're making progress towards achieving that. And that's what this routine does. Or should I say this process? Because again, it's your routine. We're just giving you a mirror to look at your routine. What's productive in your routine? What is not? What's not productive, it has to go. And then that 2 or 3 hours that you waste every single day on social media, talking on the phone, texting, watching TV, guess what? That's 2 or 3 hours of activity, task, or some type of action that you can be doing in those time windows towards what you have to do to achieve your goals. So if you're losing 2 hours every single day and doing nothing, times 7, that's 14 hours, and I'm being generous. That's 2 hours a day. Some of you waste 5, 6 hours because you're movie buffs. You like in love with Netflix, but we're not happy where we want to be in life. Well, we got to look at our daily decisions. We have to look at the unhealthy practices and the unhealthy habits that we have that has created this lifestyle, and it sucks. So I'm gonna go ahead and close. So you can say, I don't know how to plan for my future. If you know how to be prepared to make an event that you are invited to a week from now, a month from now, 2 months from now, and you start the process from the time you get the invite, you start brainstorming and like what I'm probably gonna wear and I can, but and that whole weekend planned out, you know how to plan your future. But we need to tap into your belief. Believe in your heart and know that you do have a better future life that's waiting for you. When you start to believe that, then you'll be more inclined to do what you have to do to move in that direction. And as I close, before I close in prayer, one way to do that is to look into that future. Like we was creative as kids, super creative. Not only did we know what we wanted to be and who we wanted to be like, we acted it out. That same kid, that same imagination that God gave that kid that lives inside of us, like we still have that same imagination. We just been overwhelmed by life. And we don't have time to think. But no, this routine is going to promote that. But start spending time in your future and seeing what that look like. Ask God to like give you dreams, like visions, reveal what that future life look like that He would have, that He created you to have, that He created you to experience with His Son Jesus Christ, to live it out with His Son. And then when you start, I'm going into phase 3 already. When you look into that future, spend time in your future, you write those things down. What does it look like? Write the details down. Again, that's phase 3. I'm not gonna go into all that, but when you start to see that future life and spend time in that future, you become emotionally attached to it. Like because he started to reveal more to you in that dream, the visions when you're brainstorming and just thinking about it and like again visualizing, like it'll start to appear real to you. Why? Because it's what's to come. But you have to build it out. He's not going to do it for us. You have to write out the plan. He's going to walk with you and help you do it. But you have to write the vision and make it plain according to Habakkuk 2:2. It's faith work. But if we don't believe, odds of it happening, slim to none. It's time we start believing. If God have not counted you out, why are you counting yourself out? If God not through with you yet, why are you throwing in the towel? How you know He's not through with you yet? Because you're still here. If He have no more use for you, He have no more use for you. We will no longer be here. But you're still here. That means He still have Jeremiah 29:11 for you. Plans to bring you hope in the future. But you have to believe that. Start spending time with Christ. Please. Please. Forget what everybody else is talking about. Start spending time with Christ. Get to know Him personally for yourself. And you'll learn, see, know, experience, and live in how real He truly is. Not something, story or a character in the Bible. You will have a personal relationship with Him where you have conversations with Him. You hear Him. You feel Him. You're being led by Him. It's not a fairy tale. It's real. I've experienced it personally on a number of occasions. And He wants to have that with all of us. But the thing is, all of us not about that life. We want the benefits. We don't want Him. Be the one who want him and let the benefits come, because what's yours is already yours. What's mine's already mine's. Right now, we're not, we're not ready for it yet. And he know we're not. That's why he have not given it. But he prepares us for where he's taking us, how he's planning to use us, and as well as what he's planning to bless us with. All right. Let's close in prayer real quick. Heavenly Father, thank you for the message you have presented forth. I pray that it is heard. May this be a call of action. May what was presented was broken down in a practical sense where it's like, you know what? Maybe it's not that bad. In fact, I know it's about that time for me to really get serious about the life that God created me to have in His Son Jesus Christ. And I pray that our fellowshipping today, it ignited that. It promoted that to where now we're more committed like never before. And this time standing firm in your love and standing firm in your will. Have your way with us. Show us the way that you want us to go. Living a life that glorifies you, that pleases and honors you in such a mighty way. Because you are a king. You are our king. You deserve nothing less. Teach us how, though. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, family, share this with 7 people. Also, give me about maybe like 30 seconds, 30 seconds to like a minute to put give me like 30 seconds to a minute to put the link in the description of this live to phase 1. To phase 1 of the Conquer Success routine, and work on that tonight, because tomorrow at 3 p.m. I am going to do a live teaching on phase 2 via Zoom. Also, the Zoom link is already there, so make sure you guys copy and paste it. I don't think you have to do all of it. I think it's just a Zoom link and then like the passcode or something or whatever. But as long as you have that, then you can gain access. Also, just start there. Your relationship with Christ. Start there. And again, give me a minute. And and also that the phase 1, I have phase 2 ready, but God told me to wait until tomorrow. Like phase 2 of the simple step process of how to include in your foundational health goals, which I'm gonna teach you tomorrow. But like I did phase 1, I just broke it down like super simple. I did the same thing for phase 2. Again, that's ready. I was gonna put it in here, but he told me just wait until tomorrow. So I'm waiting until tomorrow. So in the meantime, I guess I'll talk to y'all later. Mr. Fisherman, if you're still here, I'm glad to see you again, my young brother. Raven, thank you for always tapping in as well. How do you pronounce your name? I don't know if I should be trying to pronounce that name. But thank you all who have tapped in for the first time ever. Ricardo, it's always good to see you too as well. But yeah, man, I love you all, and just take care, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, much love, peace.